You see a bit of Showmaker, Corky mid lane, no stranger to that pick and playing 80 carries in the mid lane. A lot of spikes in the mid game. 2-item spikes for this D+ roster is going to be absolutely massive in this game. But BFX have the duo we saw earlier of that Gwen, Yone so strong in the late game. Not the Sejuani this time, but the Maokai to hold them still. And Cluster Ban comes through, still can come into play. Leona comes through to no surprise to pair up with the Ezreal. And I think particularly when you have an Ivern, you really want that engaged support. You know, especially it works really well with Leona because when the Q hits, you get the gap closer for free to follow up with your stun.
Well, you can see Showmaker should know that this is happening. Can exit, but still gets flashed on here by a Raptor. He's going to have to use his flash as well. Showmaker, Fast Bomb, and Gatling Gun, so no Valkyrie. It was really hard because, okay, Beryl's going to go in, save us from this conversation for the moment. Aftershock is worn off, but you can see Diablo taking a lot of damage. The wraparound from the other tree, though, coming in, and Beryl is overextended. He has to flash. There's a flash forward from Kellin, though. Twisted advance, and down goes the Leona. First blood for BK is what baited Beryl in, because I think Beryl tunneled on the fact that he needed to get cleansed before he could ignite, and then he can walk away. You were talking about barbecuing the Gwen. That is continuing to happen here as a tree battle is going to ensue, but Kellin makes it unfair. The crash down, but it's after the flash from Lucid, who goes into the brush. Is still an advantage. Wow, that Valkyrie forward, and there's Showmaker picking up the follow-up kill. Yeah. But still, he was a great Ezreal mid.
Absolutely, and just great flash from Lucid there. If you eat that flash, the CC chain's coming in, and then Kellin, the dismounted walk of shame away.
Yeah, so slow. Once these items come through, are going to be very strong. Is now clear. Does put down the circle. He's immune a bit, but not quite immune enough. He's going to have to back away. All right, Kellin and Diablo coming on down towards his bottom side. Bullet time softens up Shu somewhat, but he does have a scrap shield, so he's all right. Oh dear. Daisy getting the knock up. There's another Zenith Blade in, and aiming collects the kill. Cast a council, and they're going to say as well, they're like, oh, we're sick of all.
Oh, Beryl's moving spherically towards the ball.
He is. He has wrapped around. And he does get himself a little bit of a shield there. Yeah, not going to be doing enough damage. I mean, I don't know, because Wrap is kind of awkward. Anyway, Vikler is in a bit of trouble. Showmaker throwing some rockets around and things like that. Yeah, Nature's Grasp just used defensively. Now, well, at least there's that. Aiming, taking a bit of damage here in this mid lane. The context that you're using Wrap has nothing to do with a lot of the other ways that you can use Wrap. So the Thesaurus is really going hard. All right, bullet time. Ooh, there's a bit of a slow from a Solar Flare, but
with the fact that BFX already have one dragon, I think D+ definitely want to contest this. Leandris just came in for Shiwu, running from base. Lucid has the Redemption as well, the active being a great tool in this, so I'm actually a little concerned for BFX for this one. If you look at their carries, the Yone and the MF, they're just sitting on components. I think this is a bad fight to take.
Yeah, these are big item spikes. And, okay, Magnustorm still brings Kellin in, but there's the equalizer. They do not want to engage on top of that one, but already the Rel has gone down. Vikler gone pretty ballistic, but he does have to go back to that unbound Salty Arbol. Going nuts. Beryl gets the shield, and he interrupts the ultimate. Still goes down. It's a crazy fight, but it is 4 for 2 in favor of DK.
And I think the item advantage really came in clutch there. You know, the Redemption heal that came through helped mitigate that initial engage, and then Showmaker and aiming, both kind of just free hitting on the back end of that fight.
Well, Vikler, missed that Q. Very close. As anyway, let's have a look at this one more time.
So this engage comes through. They don't really connect that well onto aiming and Showmaker, and this melee in the middle, the Redemption keeps Shiwu and Beryl healthy for much longer. Actually a big reason why they survive, and Diablo has to flash in to try and finish them off.
Oh no, and Clear also finding himself in a really awkward position where Showmaker was able to use the dragon to help kill. As BNK, they're looking for a couple of items, right? Like Diablo kind of wants 2. You want a couple on Clear as well. Not quite at that Manamune just yet as Daisy comes out. Kellin has that wrap around, or sorry, has that wind around.
Better.
As the Nature's Grasp comes out. And no Magnastorm angle here. DK, great positioning. I think they knew where the Rel was this whole time. Playing around it beautifully. And BNK realizing that they're overstaying their welcome. Beryl still wants to fight, so he walks into 3 people, just presses the blast cone. That's going to get him out of there. Diablo moves in, and an immediate bullet time is weird. But I liked the gusto from the young man.
They're still trying to fight this.
Yeah, Lucid has the smite. Raptor can move in as well. It's a tree smite battle as the Solar Flare is going to stun him up. In goes Beryl once again. Vikla uses the ult to get himself out. The Herald goes over to the Ivern, and down goes the Maokai. The tree battle we can see has been won by the one with the skinnier legs. All right, Raptor throws down the Nature's Grasp, but Beryl, he had the Zenith Blade in the air. And now Raptor is split off from the rest of his team. Solar Flare needs to be flashed as Raptor gets himself out of the way. Kellin finding the Magnastorm onto 3. Vikla dives in as well, but he melts instantly. Kellin gonna follow suit as Clear is not immune even a little bit. Double kill for aiming, and now they'll take the Otacon after taking 3 off the map from BNK.
They get mid sort of prio control over the jungle. They move down. Maokai ult comes out to try to deny this wave pressure. Doesn't really do that much though.
Oh, Solar Flare going to be avoided there by Vikla, but cannot unbind his soul now for the next little while. Daisy going in, going aggressive. Kellin taking a bunch of poke damage as well. DK, I think, are just going to be able to push this one down. They've got a few minions left remaining.
I think it's getting to the point where it's just too confusing.
I don't know. Thankfully, Beryl is engaged, so maybe we'll focus on that one. Root Call landing here from Lucid as well, and you can see they're taking no damage. Solar Flare not doing too much as Diablo not allowed to have a good time. True Shot Barrage is also going to hit Vikla, but just obliterates the Misfortune. And now the rest of BNK are just falling like a house of cards. Double kill now for Shiu as Lucid trying to look for a flash angle, doesn't quite get it as Aiming is angry. Vikla trying to escape, but remember, he has to go back. And so he's just dead. Aiming able to line up the Q nicely on that one. Kellin, yeah, his former teammates just going to take him down lane whilst taking Baron.
There was that first blood, you know.
That's true, that's true. That was the good moment.
Yeah, unfortunately Diablo here, he was like, Raptor help me, but this was actually the Raptor camp and not
and actually that's Cloakter. Thank you.
And unfortunately Raptor was busy dying over here. Presumably didn't call out Diablo help me, but maybe should have in this situation. I think at this point the gold lead is so insanely in favor of D+, and the fact that you have this Ivern who just makes it so much harder to even kill a single target.
Yeah.
This is a surmountable plan.
Well, let's see whether Kellin can find the angle. Vikla doesn't find the ultimate, and Aiming gets right out of there. Back in a position to do damage. Raptor wants to defect. He's gone to the enemy base. And Diablo is alone once again.
Yeah, I'm just not convinced that D+ actually took damage there.
Yeah, well, Clear did. He was not immune.
Yeah. Did have his exhaust. Didn't use it. Don't think it would have mattered. And now D+ will look to put them out of their misery in this game.
They have ponchoed on over towards these Nexus turrets. They're going to dive the fountain as well, and Beryl is going to be able to do so comfortably. The tree is backing somewhere in Narnia, but the Nexus is dead, and DK start off the LCK season with a bang.